Hello and welcome to this match review for Southampton's 8-goal thriller at St Mary's with the 4-4 draw against Norwich. Obviously it's going to be a little bit difficult to do this because I actually didn't watch the first half because Saints play was down, all of that wasn't working, so I missed out I think on about 48 minutes, 49 minutes, obviously the whole first half and the first couple of the second. So I can't really talk about the first half that much. Mostly came in the second half, and from what I saw from the second half was pretty good overall. Obviously, I've watched the goals, and it's really the same old story as it always is, poor defending. Especially, the Manning goal, well, the fourth goal for Norwich, but the Manning basically gifted it to them. I think that comes down to poor communication between defenders. From the looks of it, there was no one behind Manning. There should have been a clear shout from at least 3 people saying leave the ball, but I guess that didn't come through, so obviously Manning tried to play it out and basically gifted a goal. We get lucky with a second penalty, never a penalty. Kyle Walker-Peters basically buys the contact. It's never a penalty, but I feel like when it comes to that, as it always is with refereeing, it typically goes in your favour some games and out of your favour some games as well. So, for the majority of it, we played pretty well. Obviously, in the second half, I'm talking about, we looked very good. In terms of the lineup, it was basically as expected. Obviously, I would have preferred Adams to start, but obviously Adam Armstrong started. Got a brace, to be fair, a brace of penalties. But I think he's got more goals this season with a dodgy deflected header, 2 penalties than last season and the season before or something like that. So he's on fire. He's going to get top scorer. But yeah, with that, we played pretty well. Obviously, as I was saying, I prefer Adams to start, but obviously we all knew Armstrong's going to start because Adams started in the midweek against Gillingham. And then that was really it. We all know who's going to play Bazunu. We all know he's going to play the exact same 4. And defence, we also know he would have played, obviously, the same 3, but Ward-Prowse leaving, so obviously Stuart Armstrong, as he mentioned in the pre-game stuff, that Stuart Armstrong can sort of do Ward-Prowse's role, so obviously Armstrong was going to play, and then obviously the front 3 was the same. So I can't really exactly critique it. Really, the only thing was Adams, but obviously Shea Charles coming in as a natural defensive mid sort of did better. But obviously I can't really compare it to the first half because obviously I didn't see it. Thanks Saints play for that. But yeah, so I'm pretty happy with what's happening right now. Overall pretty happy. Obviously Ward-Prowse is confirmed maybe in a couple of days. Lavia, obviously it's a bidding war at the moment. Apparently he's going to Chelsea for like 55 mil. So somehow we've got more than 50, which is brilliant. Adams is wanted by a few clubs. And Bella Kochev I saw is wanted by a few clubs as well. So there's a lot of outings that are going to happen in the next week or two. And obviously, when it comes to signings in, I think we're getting this Flynn Downs guy, a defensive mid from West Ham, on loan. I don't know if there's an option to buy. I don't really know much about that. But and we're also wanting a winger from Genk in a trade with Big Paul or some shit. I don't know. Shit's happening. I don't particularly really read into any of it until it's confirmed by the club. Because a lot of shit happens, where players just don't join, and the whole saga with like Casado and shit, it's like, brother, no point even paying attention until he's signed because it's just a fucking loop. And one day it's them, one day it's the next team, but yeah. So from what I saw, I was happy with, obviously 31 shots to 15, 70% possession, obviously expected all the position. And I did say in my review, roll the clip right now, bucko. I think a draw, but maybe could be a lot of goals in this game, to be honest. So I did say that. I did guess, 1-1 draw, but I did say I could see it being a high-scoring draw. And I did say previously as well that Norwich, if we had played the same way against Sheffield Wednesday against Norwich, we'd get punished a lot more. Basically what I'm saying is I see the future, and I should start placing bets because I got it basically exactly right. That it'll be a high-scoring game. I just didn't predict it because I'm a fuckwit. I went, yeah, I think it'll be a high-scoring game, and then predict a 1-1 draw because I'm just stupid. But yeah, I predicted that it was going to be, a high-scoring 4-4, high-scoring game, and that Norwich would take their chances compared to like a Sheffield Wednesday. Like Norwich can counter better with better players. But in that regard, we all know what we need to improve, right? We all know what we need signings-wise. We all know what we need to improve. It's all a matter of getting people out of the club before we can bring people into the club. We obviously need centre-backs. That's pretty granted. Obviously need defensive mid, which maybe is the down signing. Like, he's going to be the main defensive mid, and Shay Charles will be his sort of backup, and slowly integrate him into the team. And then a striker, but obviously, as it said, we don't really need a striker with Adams and Armstrong, I guess. But obviously, if one of them leaves, we'll replace him, right? So those are the positions we need, obviously. And Bazunu's not shit, guys. Just a heads up here. Believe it or not, just because a team conceded 4 goals, and I believe that's 5 goals and like 7 or 8 shots on target, or 10 shots on target, or whatever it is this season for the championship, doesn't mean Bazunu sucks, boys. It means that obviously they had very minimal chances, and they took them. Right? They took them. They only had 6 shots on target and scored 4. Right? That's pretty decent. And it's not always Bazunu's fault. I mean, I've watched all the goals, and literally none of his fault. He's also saved a 1-on-1 against Norwich as well. They're literally not his fault. But of course, people can't function, I guess, or can't understand common themes in football. Like, a goalkeeper's not at fault for every goal that goes in. I mean, that's pretty... I'd hope that's pretty logical, really. But yeah, so in reality, I'm really pissed off that I missed the first half. I was fuming on stream, and then all my browsers just crashed. I'm gonna fucking rage. I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking rage. Chill out, bro. Shadow, shut the fuck up, bro. I'm not in the fucking mood. I'm up at 2 a.m. to watch fucking Southampton play football. I've paid $350 and I can't even fucking watch the game. I'm not in the fucking mood, mate, to be honest. It was more of like I've spent 4 or 5 hours setting up all this shit, and then I've woken up at 1 a.m. to finish off the lineups and all this stuff. And then I've had to go sit there for an hour and a half not being able to watch us play. And of course, the game that I couldn't watch the first half of had 5 fucking goals. Like, you're taking the piss. That was a content mine right there. It was a gold mine. But yeah, in reality, I'm very happy with the direction that Russell Martin's taking us. Obviously, it's a work in progress, and people need to relax. People getting so angry and all this shit. It's like, brother, we've had 30 shots. I can't remember what it was against Sheffield Wednesday, like 25 maybe? 25, 20? We've had roughly about 50 shots, maybe more, in 2 games in the championship. 50 shots. I mean, fuck me. When was the last time we had 15 shots in the Prem? Like, holy shit. Maybe against Liverpool. I don't know. I can't remember that. That game was high scoring, but I can't remember how many chances was created. But in reality, right? In reality, we're at a good space. You just got to think of it this way. How many signings are in that starting 11? 1. 1, buddy. One new player this season is in the starting 11. And we're playing like this. Now wait till we actually get players that are better than what we have. Exactly. It will improve. So I'm pretty happy. Obviously, transfers will happen. Shit will change. But I'll do obviously a preview in a few days. But it's a bit hard to do a review of this game because obviously at the end of the day I didn't watch fucking 50 minutes of it. So yeah, but that's basically it. I'm very happy with the direction. I'm very happy with Russell Martin. I'm very happy with the way we're trying to play and the way we're implementing it. And I think Norwich are one of the best teams in the league. I would say top 6. If they weren't to get top 6, it'd be a failed season. And considering, yes, we obviously drew 4-4, we probably shouldn't have won the game based on, the penalty shouldn't have been given. I would say that we still dominate them. We were just too defensively open on the counter-attack, which is down to just sometimes personnel, obviously, but also not really 100% switched on defensively and the style of play and whatnot. Because obviously it's hard to change the sort of grained-in mentality of being in the Prem for, I don't know how many of those players have been there, maybe 4 years or whatnot, and you're always basically not the favourites, you're always up against it, and you just want to, you're not used to being sort of in 70% position or 75 or 80%, and you're dominating a team, you're not used to that. So you get a bit, less of concentration, we'll say. But that's always going to happen with players like that, right? So when we get new players in, hopefully they're good, and they will improve our team, and obviously the rotation and whatnot, because obviously you can't have Lianco at centre-back, you can't have McCarthy at keeper, you can't have Brie at right-back, you can't have Perot at left back. You know, you can't just have these players come in because clearly they're not good enough. Yeah, so that's going to be it for this video. It's obviously kind of shit, but it is what it is. Hopefully next time I don't miss the game. That'd be great. Obviously we play Plymouth, which is at a great time for me. 11:30 at night. I'm going to be buzzing for that. But yeah, I'll see you boys. There will be a preview in a couple days. I'll be streaming tomorrow. Yeah, we're popping off, mate. I'll see you boys then. If you like the video, like it. Subscribe if you want. If you don't, fair enough. And I'll see you guys on Tuesday night for a stream. See you.